Basically, we ran samples into our local depot and took samples in there, did the sampling. There was a lot of guessing going on. It wasn't a load by load, where in this situation we did load by load or every second load, or we kept a more careful record of each paddock, really. But it was just a convenience of having it here on farm or near the header, to where we took it off and where it went to, and knowing what we had before we took it to the end user.
What the FOSS did, how that changed our harvest, is that it enabled us to keep things on farm and not have to run to the local silo to get those samples tested, which in the past we've often done throughout the harvest. As we either delivered grain or individually as we were storing it, we'd have to run samples in. We did far more testing last year than we've ever done before, because we actually had the analyzer, and so normally we'd probably test every 100 tonnes or maybe even 150 tonnes. This year we'd probably tested every 30 tonnes, every truckload, and so we did some 250 samples, and so it was very good.
There are other ways you can test that. We could take it into a grain analysing company and have all those things run through, but the convenience and being able to sort of market when we wanted to and how we wanted to, just knowing what we had in the silos made quite a difference.
The little bit of efficiency that it's helped out with on the farm, it's been very good, and just the storage of data from that machine, and I know where it's going with the improvements. Yeah, we're so happy that we've bought this FOSS. Yeah, it's been fantastic.
For the last couple of years we've been taking our samples into the local receival point and having them done, and just for the sheer convenience of having an on-farm unit that we can have in the paddock and test in the paddock. The reliability from our experience of this season has been very good.
Sofia has been an excellent product for us. It saves the time running into CBH for all our analysis. It allows us to, from header box to header box, to get an update in protein, moisture, and all, which is basically required for going into the different segments that we want to put our grain. It allows us to have on-farm analysis of the protein, the moisture, especially this year with a lot of rain around.
If you're a large barley grower, they're almost a necessity. But with wheat, if you store wheat for on-farm sales later on, you know exactly what the protein is, and your weights, of course. And nowadays, growers are interested, buyers rather, are interested in that. They want to know if you've got a parcel of grain, and you can tell them the specifications of it.
I've always get frustrated going down the silo or sending people down the silo. Just the time it takes to go down and get things tested, and you line up in the queue, and you just got no control. And we've got a lot of silos there at home, and it's just good to know what you put in every silo. Well, it's just the independence, I think. You know, you've got everything at your own fingertips, and you're in control. That's what makes it so much easier.
Well, I suppose with moisture, you go run 20k or 30k round trip to go get it checked at the silo, and then come back, where I can do it straight off here. I don't have to be running to the silo every half hour, and I can start harvesting as soon as the moisture's right. So that saves me a fair bit of time and, yeah, mucking around there. And it took the guesswork out with protein. I knew if I was stripping and I had a box full that was high in protein, I just didn't put it in the truck.